Hey, this is Walk and Talk 273. It's August 20th. Be generous. Why? Be generous. Why? Talking about generosity. The Bible says it's better to give than to receive. Now, why is that? Why is it better to give than to receive? Proverbs chapter 11:24, first part of the verse, Proverbs 11:24, says basically there is a person who scatters and yet increases all the more. There's a person who scatters. There's a person who's generous, who sows, and yet increases all the more. We're talking in this Walk and Talk about giving. And it could be finances, but it might be a helping hand. It might be kindness. Just always remember, it's more blessed to give than to receive. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. The Bible says there's one who scatters. There's one who gives, who takes something out of their pocket and gives to someone else. They're generous, not stingy. Next week, next Thursday on Walk and Talk, we're going to talk about being stingy, but today it's generous. So there's a group of college students, 18, 19, 20 years of age, in a restaurant, and the college students just got done with their meal, and they're just talking. And a man, a little bit older than the college students, walks over to the table, and the man has a young daughter with him, maybe preschool, young. And the man takes $100 bill out of his pocket and hands it to one of the college students and says, "This is for you," and turns around and walks away. The college students sitting down are just speechless. They don't know what to say. The man and his daughter, the older man and his daughter, walks out of the restaurant. The group of college students did not know the individual, never seen him before, and all he said was, "This is for you." And the college student that received the $100 happens to be someone I know personally. They told me they have no idea why the guy gave the money. And he just simply said, "This is for you." That's an example of generosity. Generosity can be offered in many ways. But what I'm gently trying to say, and I think Proverbs 11:24 is saying, is it's better to give than to receive. It's better to be generous than stingy. Now, I don't know whether you have something in your pocket or not, but the challenge is always be generous. That's the challenge of the verse. And the motivation for being generous is God, is Jesus. The motivation is be like Jesus. The motivation is there is one who scatters, now get this, and yet increases all the more. So one major reason to give, to be generous, is because there's an increase that follows. It's more blessed to give because you'll be blessed. There's a positive correlation between generosity and blessing. So if you're generous, the Bible is saying, God will be generous with you. If you're willing to share and be happy about that, there's a increase. So you give, that's a subtraction, but it ends up being addition or multiplication. So your world increases when you give. The Bible says help one another. Now, a lot of people go through life saying you deserve to be helped, or you don't deserve to be helped, or you should be helped, or no, you shouldn't be helped. A lot of people go through life selectively saying, I'm not going to give to that person. In the Proverbs 11:24, it just simply says, there's one who scatters. Now, if you ever have watched or studied, a farmer scatters the seed, right, on the field. And some seed will fall on rocky ground. And some seed will fall on so-so. And some seed falls on great soil, right? So there is an idea here of scattering is everybody needs to be blessed. So don't be afraid to even help people who you think don't deserve to be helped. And the motivation is God blesses. May I simply remind you that God blesses the action and the motivation. Take your life and scatter, be generous, take your life and bless people. Now, I'm not saying how much you should bless people. I'm not saying how much you should take out of your pocket and give to individuals. I'm just simply saying to you, when you're generous, God blesses you. Generosity provides a positive return. So your world increases when you choose to give. When you bless people financially. I talked to that college student that received a $100 bill, and he was speechless. He has no idea why the generous man targeted him and not someone else at the table. There were several guys eating in this restaurant, and he gave the $100 bill specifically to him. That's an example that God just simply wants to bless. It was random, or was it? Is there a design going on? Is there a God design? I say yes. I'm saying to you, everything that happens, humanly, we may not understand it. Humanly, we may see no connection. But everything that happens, there's a design. And the designer is God. Give you a practical observation, suggestion. Don't take life so serious. Be willing to take your life and use it in a way to encourage, to support. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Time for Frisbee.
Oh, yeah.
Be kind. Be generous. Be willing to help people, because there's a design going on. In other words, you and I see one level. You and I see one perspective. You and I understand from one advantage point. I'm encouraging you in this walk and talk. There is a God design going on. And when you bless people financially, when you're generous, God is at work. Now, next week, when you're selfish, next week on Walk and Talk, when you're selfish, God subtracts from you. It's crazy. So God has values. God has attributes. God is the creator, and God likes to bless. God likes to create, give. God is generous. He blessed you with life. And He wants me to bless others, to be generous, to be like God, to be like Jesus, to sacrifice. Generosity involves sacrifice. You may not have much in your pocket, but you can give to bless. It's better to give than to receive. You're blessed when you give. You're blessed when you take something out of your pocket and help a stranger, a neighbor, a friend, a family member, because that's like God. That's like Jesus. And when you do that, God sees your heart. Always remember that the action is rewarded. The action, giving, but the heart, God sees the heart, the motivation, the reason you're giving. So remember, on the human level, there's a function going on, an action, generosity to another human being, another person. But from God's point of view, there is a divine design going on. I don't understand it all. It's not manipulation. We're not robots. We could choose to be stingy or generous. You say, Roger, well, how much should I give to people? Well, that's your call. All I can say is, apparently the more we sacrifice, the more we give, the more we scatter, the more increase. The more we give away, the more we receive. I've watched this in many ways. The generous, people who are greatly generous, God just seems to give abundance to them. People who are stingy, we'll talk about that next Thursday. People who are stingy, there's a subtraction, a decrease. This is Walk and Talk 273. It's August 20th. We invite you to worship with us this coming Sunday at First Baptist Church, Tempe, Arizona, 4525 South McClintock, 9:30 and 11, 2 different worship services. On Sunday morning and throughout the week, we have lots of different Bible classes, smaller groups than our worship service for all ages. You can check out our website, fbc-tempe.org. You can call the church office, 480-839-0926. Ask for a staff member, more than willing to work with you and assist you in any way possible. It's a great day for Proverbs 11:24, because it simply says, when you're generous, you are blessed by God. God blesses you in ways you can't possibly imagine. Have a great one. Be blessed. Be generous.